Hello, I'm McManus for the World Football News Network today. My last video was very passionate. It was very just the fan in me. I wanted Jurgen Klinsmann to get fired, and he got fired, which I'm very happy about. Jurgen Klinsmann is no longer the head coach or technical director of the United States men's national team. And to replace him, the U.S. Soccer has officially announced the hiring of Bruce Arena. If you recognize that name, he was the head coach of the 2002 and 2006 World Cups. He was brought on in 1998 and coached until that 2006 World Cup, in which he was relieved of his duties right thereafter when Bob Bradley took over the U.S. men's national team. And we all know how well Bob did. A lot of people do not like the rehiring of Bruce Arena. I am for it. I like Bruce Arena. I think he's a good guy. I think he's a good coach. He has tons of experience. He's obviously had experience with the U.S. national team. He's been on these World Cup qualifiers, been to Guatemala, been to Panama, been to Trinidad. He knows the atmosphere and what's it like, and CONCACAF road games are the toughest road games in all of the world, especially going to Azteca, going to play Mexico. Having all these teams come to the United States. He's been through 2 World Cup qualifying cycles. He coached 8 years. He coached in 2 World Cups. He obviously knows what he's doing because he got to the quarterfinals in 2002 and would have been in the semifinals if it wasn't for a handball against Germany. Handball against the United States playing Germany in the 2002 World Cup quarterfinals. But that's all. You say the U.S. would have won. U.S. might not would have won. Nevertheless, the U.S. have a new coach, and his name is Bruce Arena. Winningest coach of all time. He has the best win percentage of all time. He coached the most games of all time. Coached 8 years, as I mentioned, 2 World Cups. Got knocked out in the group stage in 2006 in Germany. 2006 was also the time Jurgen Klinsmann, the head coach of the German national team, got to 3rd place on home soil. And everybody freaked out about it. And Jurgen Klinsmann's the next big coach. He coached at Bayern Munich, got fired. Came to the United States, got fired. He got fired Monday, as I'm recording this on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. But Bruce Arena, welcome back, I guess. He's coached the LA Galaxy for many seasons now. A time of renewal in Los Angeles, really. Robbie Keane, Steven Gerrard are both gone. Nigel Young got let go mid-season. Landon Donovan's still debating whether he wants to come back. LA's kind of in a movement, and Bruce Arena thought, it's perfect time to leave Los Angeles if you are going to leave. One of the biggest questions I've gotten since Bruce Arena has been hired: what are the U.S. going to do now? What's a Bruce Arena 2.0 U.S. comeback look like? And the answer for me is he's obviously likes the idea of MLS players playing for the U.S. men's national team, just like England loves the Premier League, and all 23 players at the Euros played for. All 23 players on the Euro squad for England played in the Premier League. Obviously, the big ones like Wayne Rooney and Daniel Sturridge and Jamie Vardy and all those, they all play in the Premier League. Now, I think essentially what Bruce Arena likes is that type of team, but he's not going to get that because some of the better U.S. players like Fabian Johnson, John Brooks, Jeff Cameron, they don't play in MLS. They play in the Bundesliga or they play in the Premier League. It's just not going to happen. Bobby Wood plays in the Bundesliga. Aaron Johansson, he's not a big U.S. name, but he's still good enough to make the roster. You're not going to have an MLS All-Star team out there unless you want to put Landon Donovan back in the lineup, which Landon Donovan, I'm sure he's going to be playing for the LA Galaxy next year, let alone the U.S. men's national team. But nevertheless, Bruce Arenas, he has to include foreign-based players. He has to. And now for dual nationals, I have no idea. I have no idea what Bruce Arena is going to do with the new dual nationals. I know one thing: he won't use mixed discrete because no one uses mixed discrete. I have the team he currently plays for. But I think Bruce Arena will bring back Benny Feilhaber, will bring back Darlington Nagbe. He will mend some of those relationships that Jurgen Klinsmann has damaged with, certain players. He'll bring them back. He'll fix it. He'll put them in the lineup. I think Benny Feilhaber would be a huge addition to the U.S. midfield as Darlington Nagbe. We saw him in the Copa America. He was very effective, very energized, and very, possession keen. I think Bruce Arena will take Christian Pulisic and make him even better. With the additions in midfield, of course. But Christian Pulisic will shine in the next few years and maybe become a world superstar in Russia. About Russia, Bruce Arena's contract only extends through the 2018 World Cup. After that, U.S. Will have to look for a new head coach, which the leading candidate, what I'm hearing through the many people I know, I have sources now, which is really cool. I've always wanted to have sources. What I'm hearing is Tab Ramos, the head coach of the U.S. under-20 team for the men, will be the likely candidate to be the head coach after Russia. But it's all speculation. It's all rumored. Nothing's confirmed. U.S. Soccer hasn't said anything, of course, because they wouldn't say anything about that, would they? Senor Galati, no. Which I have a whole different thing about Senor Galati. I'll talk about that a little bit later after the last season. I got a whole thing on Galati. A Bruce Arena team is going to look a bit different than the Jurgen Klinsmann team. You're going to see the Feilhabers, you're going to see the Nagbys, you're going to see different MLS players. I mean, of course, January kept something full of them because, development time, whatever. But when you see them play Honduras at home on March 24th, I believe, that's going to be a huge game. Huge game. Not only for Bruce Arena, but for the longevity of the U.S. Soccer's World Cup hopes. And they'll make the World Cup, I'm sure of it. But that's basically Bruce Arena got on. And I was watching Taylor Twelman on Outside the Lines, hosted by Bob Lee on ESPN, every day at 2:30, I believe. A little shout out to one of my favorite guys, Bob Lee. Great show, Outside the Lines. But Taylor Twelman said on that show, it was what the U.S. is doing is a Band-Aid job. And essentially it is. He's coming here, get a squad for the World Cup. Bruce Arena doesn't give a crap about player development. Rightfully so. Your job is to qualify the World Cup, do well in the World Cup, and get the U.S. up to where they had it in 2009 when we were runners up in the Confederations Cup. That's where we all want to be, okay? That's where I want to be. That's where you want to be. That's where U.S. Soccer wants to be. We want to be in the conversation. We want to be in the top 10 in FIFA rankings. We just want to be relevant. And Bruce Arena got us to the quarterfinals. He's won 2 Gold Cups. And the Gold Cups don't really count for anything, but still. We said goodbye to Jurgen Klinsmann. 5+ years, he qualified for the round of 16, almost beat Belgium in the round of 16 in the 2014 World Cup. Got to a semifinal of a Copa America Cincinnati on the shores of the United States. But he had some bad moments. He lost to Guatemala in the World Cup qualifying. He lost to Mexico and Costa Rica in a matter of days, which ultimately got him fired. He got a 4th place finish in the Gold Cup because we lost to Jamaica and Panama in a matter of days. I mean, you don't do that when you coach the United States of America. The United States is, if not the best right now, they eventually are going to swap with Mexico, and we're all going to have these discussions of who's the best team in CONCACAF. It obviously has to be the United States or Mexico. But if you can't beat Costa Rica, you can't beat Panama, you can't beat Jamaica, you shouldn't be the head coach. You shouldn't be the technical director. You should not be associated with U.S. Soccer if you can't get those wins. And Bruce Arena has proven he can get those wins. Now for 2018 and then beyond, Tab Ramos, I mean, everybody's shouting for Kettler Porter, Jesse Morris, Peter Vermees, Louis Van Gaal is one I've heard. I mean, it all depends. We're going to have to talk about that after the World Cup. I mean, that's about what I got. Bruce Arena, welcome back, and we are grateful to have you. I'm McManus. This has been the World Football News Network, and as we say in the United States of America, do not score on goals. I hope everybody has a fantastic Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much. Enjoy your American football tomorrow. And MLS playoffs return this weekend, with Sunday having Colorado hosting Seattle, then that Wednesday, Toronto hosting Montreal. Those are both great games. You can go to our Twitter page, @FootballNews167, and see the live tweets from the game last night. I did Colorado and Seattle, and some of the funny stuff that happened in Montreal with the lines painting. I'll tweet out a story about that. But I hope you really enjoy your Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoy your American football tomorrow. LSU plays Texas A&M tomorrow night. I will be a TV viewer, and I really hope you are too. All right, enjoy.